Hello, my name is Cedric, and along with my beautiful wife, Connie, we'll be hosting my brand new podcast, That's What I Said. I'm a retired Navy veteran that suffers from PTSD and anxiety, and we'll discuss how I cope with the mental illness through comedy and discussion. It's a podcast that will talk about everything from cryptocurrency to comedy. If we're worrying about the dollar going up and down, up and down, up and down, and it's still a dollar, guess what? The value of that means absolutely nothing. Cryptocurrency in itself is the future of money. From spirituality to cannabis. To have cannabis on the Schedule 1 list is bullshit. I'm sorry, it is. It makes absolutely no sense. If it's a seed that can be planted and it has healing properties in it, why the hell is it in Schedule 1? Last time I checked, cocaine don't have healing property in it. From interracial relationships, I don't have a problem with people talking about interracial relationships. People try to talk bad about my interracial relationship just to think that they can get under my skin. I mean, really, it don't bother me. I mean, let's not make, call a spade a spade. But if you have a problem with someone that's in love, it shouldn't matter the race of the person. It's mental illness in our community. The problem is people want to put labels on it. Everybody wants to put color on everything. And as soon as you put color on it, it gets treated differently. The money gets treated funny. Because if it's dealing with Asians, guess what? It's going to take a longer process unless those leaders step up and get into the president's face or U.S. leaders' face and say, this is a problem in our community. Not leaving one topic unturned. If you want to hear real, authentic conversation, interviews, and comedy, please take time to listen to That's What I Said, because I said what I said.
Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filter. Listen to That's What I Said. Available on your favorite podcast platform.
That's What He Said with Cedric D. Sanders.
Welcome to another episode of That's What I Said with your host, Cedric Sanders. Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filter. The broadcast starts now.
What it do, everybody. I hope everybody's enjoying their Friday like always, like I always get ready to say. And I'm going to say it again. I hope y'all Friday bomb as hell because ours has been just raining, wet, just can't go outside and do shit. I mean, yeah, you can go out there and play in the rain and shit, but damn, that gets old after a while. Anyway, peace and love to everybody. I hope everybody's enjoying their Friday. That's What I Said, live, direct from Spreaker.com on my biggest thing that's on point right now, and I have to say that it is going in tonight. I'm sorry, I know y'all probably couldn't hear me for the last 5 seconds, but anyway, on Facebook anyway, on my podcast, everybody can hear me, but yeah. Anyway, so peace and love to everybody. I hope everybody's enjoying their Friday, and as always, on this Friday, I'm always locked arms with my co-host, my beautiful wife, Connie. Say what's up to the world. What's good?
What's good, everybody? Good evening. Thank you for joining us again for another phenomenal episode of That's What I Said. I just have to say, shout out and kudos to you. Last week's episode was pretty freaking bomb, I must say. And it just, I don't know. It was on my heart. I had to tell you again, kudos to you for sharing your story, allowing others in to our reality and how we deal with and cope with PTSD and anxiety. and mental health issues. So
I appreciate that. I mean, it's something that, you know, I definitely have to come out of the box and be transparent with. At the same time, I think it brings a element of what's the word I'm looking for? It's brotherhood and sisterhood, because I want people to feel comfortable being able to come to me and talk to me, regardless of what their situation is. But at the same time, you know, especially if it's mental illness, PTSD, and anxiety, you know, you'll have a brother to talk to. So, jumping around and trying to figure this whole situation out, I had a thought, and I had this thought because I think it's something that would work, but then, you know, me overthinking is always, you know, just me overthinking. But I wanted to say, if everybody is able to not just download the Spreaker app, but support your bruh and listen to it on Apple Podcast, or listen to it on the Google Play Store. If you have iHeartRadio, listen to me there. It'd be a great help. I appreciate that. I mean, I've gotten a lot of feedback, and a lot of people are loving the podcast. Everybody's loving the kind of unscripted format that we have, because really, it's nothing scripted. I mean, we may have an outline of how we want to discuss things, but it's never scripted. I like comedy regardless, and you have scripted comedy and unscripted comedy. So to me, I just felt like this podcast needed to be unscripted because, you know.
Yeah, we're always off the cuff anyway.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so
whatever comes to mind just gets said.
As I sip on that beautiful. So before we get into trending topics, there's something there's something on my heart that I have to discuss, and it's one of my segments, and I'm gonna get it out the way because and I may come back to it later in the podcast. I don't know, it just depends on how I feel. But I really wanted to get this out of the way and talk about this crypto. And I know a lot of people may or may not they may have and they may not have. I don't know. Some people may have actually taken the opportunity to invest in it, and then there's some people that may not have. It's not neither here nor there. Regardless if you have or not, it's not a bad thing. But I wanted to discuss how Dogecoin was like going up. Everybody was like, "Oh shit, here it goes! It's about to go!" And then that shit written right back down to what it was last weekend, down to like 31 cents and shit. And everybody was like, "Oh shit, that bitch about to break the 20s!" And then it's dipping down lower. And then Bitcoin is like on its own little shit because Ethereum is down. Bitcoin has been on this slow rise. It's like, you know, not bullish anymore. I think we can go up a little bit more. I don't know if I can actually take it for what it's worth. But there's a lot of people that have asked me, you know, what would I do, or what would you do in the case because of the fact of investments. At first, really, for me, I just tell them invest. A lot of people are scared to invest. They pay attention to it enough, maybe because I'm doing a live about it or whatever, or talking about it, but they're not investing. And then it's going to come to a point in a position, I think, where people are going to take it seriously. Not just invest in it, but try to understand it.
Right.
So I said all that to say this. If you, and first off, I'm not a financial advisor, so let me get that out in the open. I'm just giving my true suggestions because I think at the end of the day, you know, we have a lot of people out there that want to invest, but the reason why they don't is because they're scared, or when the person tries to tell them that they should invest, it's like a scam to them. They've been scammed before, and basically they're trying to save whatever little money they can, and they don't have $100 or $200 they can just put into, you know, something every month. It's just a whole bunch, I think, at the end of the day, truth, and some of it is excuses.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people with cryptocurrency is also following who's saying what about it on social media. And that's where I think a lot of people are getting their information. You know, they're relying heavily on social media instead of doing their own research.
So, should I just, like, in reality, I don't know, create a persona and be hood crypto?
Oh,
and really just talk about, like, the truth about really what's going on with cryptocurrency and why everybody's kind of flipping out, this, that, and the other. And I mean, I want to be able to help people, but at the same time, you know, who's listening?
But I don't think you have to even do a persona.
Right.
You know, because in reality, you are you. You give straight 100% facts on what you speak.
I
all
try.
the time.
I try to be honest about it because, you know, honestly,
it's your money.
Well, that, and if honestly you can't, I don't know. I learned that if you trust people with your money, you'll lose it. But if you trust yourself with it, you may actually learn something, and you may actually make more. And the reason why I say that is because if you trust yourself, you give yourself an opportunity to learn why you are the way you are with money. And I think that's what happened with me. I had to figure out why I was so kind of out of sorts when it came to money. Why was I so quick to spend it? Why was I so quick not to save it? Why was I so quick to do whatever? And once I understand that piece, I think that, you know, I did a whole 360-degree change and tried to apply what I learned to how I invest. Because a lot of times what we end up doing is we don't want to be broke.
Nobody wants to be broke.
Nobody wants to be broke, but everybody wants to be responsible. How are you being responsible if you're a good parent and you broke?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of outliers that people have that either A, they don't want to discuss because it ain't nobody else's business but yours. And B, sometimes people just get overzealous with their money.
Yeah.
And, you know, as a teenager, as a young adult, growing up, you like, psh, I got X, Y, and Z, let's get it. You know, they always going out, doing this, buying this,
but,
you know, trying to keep up with the damn Joneses.
But let's take a scientific approach to this. So, the problem I have with everything you said is that it's truth, first off. But secondly, people are not going to resonate with that because they don't want to recognize that they have flaws in their upbringing or how they think or whatever the case may be. They will not take responsibility for that. And the reason why they don't is because they pawn it off or they deflect from it because it's easier that way. They don't have to explain themselves.
Suppression.
Yeah, it's just suppression. It's like having a damn silencer on a gun. They don't want nobody to do it, but guess what? They're going to still shoot their shot.
Yeah.
Speaking of shooting shots, let's talk about Wendy Williams' skinny finger fucking ass.
That ugly bitch.
This Smeagol built motherfucker had the nerve to have one of my favorite comedians. I don't give a damn what y'all say. I really don't care. And I hope one of these days down the line I can meet him and we can become friends and probably eat pizza and laugh together. But Gary Owen, I think...
Oh, he's funny as shit.
He's funny as shit. I've seen him live and he's funny as shit. Mm-hmm. But I think he's as humble as he can be.
Yeah, given the situation that he's in. He's
so,
as humble as can be.
For those that don't know, Gary Owen is currently going through a divorce from his wife, Kenya. And it has been, I guess you can say, a very up and down kind of situation. His soon-to-be ex-wife has went on social media and said how bad of a father he is, He's a deadbeat father. He doesn't see his kids. That he's not paying the bills. And there's certain things, everything like that. Then this interview with Reptar Jr. And I'm sorry, I think Wendy Williams was great before the talk show she had. I liked her on radio. When she became a talk show and I actually seen her live, I was done. I was completely done. She is unique. Give me that. I'll give her that. She is very unique in how her delivery is when it comes to celebrity news and gossip and things like that. And even when it comes to certain other topics. But what I dislike about her is her thirst. The thirst got real. She had Gary Owens on her talk show yesterday. And completely asked Gary Owens out for dinner. Completely was like, what are you doing? I was checking you out on Think Like a Man. I was like, who is this? All this other shit. I'm not going to play an audio because I'm a podcast. This is not a show. If it was a show, I played fucking audio. I wouldn't give a shit. I pay for my own copyright protection. But I'm copyright protected on here, and that's the reason why I'm not playing the audio. So, it gave me an understanding on something. It doesn't matter how much money you have in your pocket. It doesn't matter how happy you are. Sometimes you do get lonely. And sometimes you will hit on a successful man. Doesn't matter the color of the man. Doesn't matter the color of the man. We ain't gonna go there with the whole color barrier because we can go and talk about that conversation all day long. And at the end of the day, me being a black man, everybody's gonna ostracize me because my wife is white. And at the end of the day, let me play this disclaimer for you. I am an asshole. Nobody's gonna sit here and have this conversation with me and tell me, oh, as a black man, you're gonna marry the oppressor. Bitch, she ain't oppressed me. She ain't keeping me from working. She ain't keeping me from my retirement.
No.
She ain't keeping me from being a black man. No. You keeping yourself from being that because you want to continue to be oppressed by some bullshit. Yes, the shit happened. I'm not saying move on from it. What I'm saying is remember it. Because every damn day you believe that there's people out here wanting to oppress you and keep you down from making money. No, I'm sorry to tell you, black men, when you were birthed into royalty. You choose to be broke. Your royalty is your skin color. Yeah, there's people that don't like you, but your royalty is your skin color. You choose not to be rich in that because you want to be dumbed down by being oppressed and fighting the right fight by being broken. And that's why a lot of people don't even have the financial status that they should have because they're broken inside. And if you're broken inside, how can you be broken? You can't be broken if you are broken already.
Yep.
There's no opportunity to break inside your mind and help you understand the fact that you don't need to be broke. You choose to be that way. And I'm not even talking about financial status. I'm talking about period. A lot of times we sit around here and build on absolutely nothing. Conversation. Conversation is great. But a lot of times we build on conversation that someone else had with us. They'll try to have a better conversation with some other people that ain't gonna never have that conversation. We can build a lot of things to help each other. But when you building to draw attention to yourself, you just building a bullshit wall. You building a bullshit wall. How can you help somebody when you ain't even helping yourself?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to try to talk shit on somebody's birthday. I ain't going to try to talk shit on any day. But you are not going to build a bullshit wall around me when I know it's bullshit. And then you're going to lie about the said bullshit to protect what? It's a bullshit wall. What are you protecting? You're surrounded in bullshit. Peace and love to everybody that's listening on Facebook.
Don't you get a bullshit button?
I do. Hold on. Let me hit the bullshit button.
You gotta be kidding me. That's 3 gallons of bullshit in a 2-gallon bucket.
3 gallons of bullshit in a 2-gallon bucket. That's bullshit. So,
you eat ass with a baby spoon.
let's go to the most, I think, effective part of my podcast. And I say effective because we actually put some information out there. It ain't really information. This is gossip bullshit. And I just throw it in the trash. So we're going to talk about trending trash.
All right, so welcome to this week's Trending Trash. So, keeping with kind of like the discussion we were just having with regard to Gary Owen, his ex-wife, whatever. How about this dad took his last child support payment in 80,000 pennies, dumped it in the damn yard of his ex-wife, and said he did it as a stunt. And mind you, this happened in the fantastic state that we currently live in, not too far from here. Anywho, but the funny part about this dad making his last payment in pennies and dumping it in the yard is the fact that the girl who had turned 18, when she got home from school, she finished picking up those pennies with the help of a friend and her mom, and they went and donated that money to a local shelter for domestic abuse victims. And the local shelter they went to was Safe Harbor.
I heard about this story, and I actually watched the video of when he pulled up. He pulled up in a fucking...
a dump truck.
A dump truck.
Yeah.
Well, it was a mini dump truck trailer he had. Mm-hmm. And he dumped the shit, and it wasn't in the yard. It was like on the street in front of their house. But 80,000 pennies. And for those that don't know the math, that's $800. So his child support was $800 a month. Mm-hmm. He dumped 80,000 pennies. I mean,
bruh,
you can
reach out.
You can reach out to a lot of people, but at the same time, it's like, who in the hell does that?
Bitch, what?
How can you?
Yeah, I don't know.
Pull up a dump truck trailer for the 80,000 pennies on your last child support payment and dump that shit in front of the house.
Bitter and spiteful.
I mean, what? I mean, really? Obviously, the mom was using that money
for something,
for whatever. What wasn't nothing bad because it affected the daughter.
Right.
Because they collected all those pennies and then they donated it to a domestic violence shelter, which actually was probably a shot at the dad. The reason why they was divorced
could very well be.
Could
very well be.
I'm just a black spider on the wall. I mean, call it what it is, but I'm just saying. So peace and love to everybody that's joining us on Facebook. Peace to my sissy, Lisa Vaughn in the building.
What up, sis?
I don't know that that dad actually gave a shit.
No, I really don't think he did.
I think he was just to the point where, you know what, I can actually live because I got $800 extra in my pocket. And I mean, I can sense the bitterness. I've paid child support and I'm still paying your rearage to this day.
Right.
And I'm bitter as hell. And the reason why I'm bitter is because that money ain't going to my son. Never has. Never has. That money has never went to my fucking son.
True. That's very true.
So, Men, know your rights when it comes to child support. And no, guess what? If that child goes to jail, you ain't supposed to pay child support. In some states. Carry on. What's going on?
So, another monetary incident.
Just a little monetary.
Just a little monetary. A little bit. So why does retired nun stole $835,000 from the school to fund her own gambling habit in California? Mind you, this was a Catholic school she was retired from.
Really, nigga?
I mean, how you as a nun.
A nun. I got nothing.
Bruh.
Really, nigga?
Yeah.
I'm crying right now.
Bruh.
So
how are you
a
nun and you have a gambling habit
and then steal from the daggum school that you worked at?
Well, no, that's not even. That's like the brunt.
Oh, no, you did it. That's some bullshit.
Thank you. It's bullshit. They had to have. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't care where you are as a nun. If you are able to dip into the fundage, they know. And if they don't know, they deserve to have that fundage taken from them. I'm just.
Oh shit.
What's next?
So, kind of keeping in that realm, El Chapo's wife pled guilty to running the ring with her husband, and now she's going to jail. She's going to be in the jail with him. Well, I wouldn't say the same jail as him.
No, hell.
But she going to jail.
They ain't made it there yet. So,
no,
and they
but
probably
she
won't. But
she going to jail.
So El Chapo's wife, man, that's crazy. I mean, it's come to a point where you, as a drug kingpin, basically ran a country.
Yeah.
Everybody's still in fear of this man, even from jail.
Mm-hmm.
And now your wife gets put in jail.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. That's bad gas. I don't give a damn how you look at it. I mean, shit. Your wife's in jail. You in jail.
Yeah.
It's become a definite bad situation for the drug kingpin.
For real. What about Kanye?
Nigga. I'm sorry.
He got some new digs, you heard?
Hold on. Let me
He got a new girl.
Really, nigga?
He See, this is the thing. I didn't want to get on celebrity gossip, but I got to give my 2 cents. So at one point, Drake had hinted and rapped that him and Kim Kardashian had something.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Now,
well,
Kanye ain't stupid. He from Chicago. He was thinking, you know what? I'm about to divorce her. Guess what? I got to get a dime piece 10 times or close to her before she even come out saying who she with. Even if she not with somebody. Mind you, she's been trying to pass the bar to become a lawyer.
Right.
She failed the first time.
Oh, well.
She took a second bar exam here recently. She failed that motherfucker too. Oh, better yet, she scored points lower
than the first
time.
Oh, shit.
So everybody's like, third time's a charm. Hold on.
Just go on and give it up, sis.
What's that saying say? God don't like ugly? Yeah, he don't like stupid either. Look, listen. I understand what you're trying to do, and she's really trying to do a service to the incarcerated men and women that have been wrongly convicted or excessively convicted for crimes that they should be exonerated for and sent home. They spent their time. There's people in jail that's been in jail for 20 years for drug crimes, for marijuana. Are you serious? You're legalizing this shit. Why you got these people in jail for 20 years?
Right, exactly.
So, to me...
I can stand behind what she's fighting for.
Oh, facts. I can stand behind what she's fighting for. But, don't be surprised if Drake's been...
Tapping that ass?
I don't know if Drake needs that crazy, though. I mean... Drake already dealing with enough.
Yeah. Yeah, so apparently this new dime piece was...
She's a model, right?
Yeah, she's a model.
I seen her.
Irenia Shayk?
Yeah, she
or Shayek?
Shayek.
I don't know how to pronounce her name, but
hey.
you know, it is what it is.
She 2 dimes.
But
glued together with 2 heads on it. When you flip it over, you got 2 heads. I'm just saying. Ain't no tails on that shit.
She was seen with him in France. Yeah. Out for his 44th birthday. Yeah.
You know what? And guess what? I'm gonna show you how petty fucking Kanye West is. On his birthday, he was getting tweets from the Kardashians telling him happy birthday.
Uh-huh.
And then now this news came out. Guess what this motherfucker did today? Unfollowed every last one of the Kardashians. He petty as hell.
Show is.
He petty as hell. He's like, I appreciate the happy birthday. Wait a minute. They know I was in France with this? Nah, bruh. Unfollow. Matter of fact, block all you bitches. Kanye petty as hell.
So moving on in the trending topics,
yes,
trending
ma'am.
trash. So let's give flowers to the girl who videotaped the George Floyd situation.
Let's talk about that.
Miss Frazier.
She did.
She got awarded a Pulitzer Prize special citation.
Now, for people that don't understand what the Pulitzer Prize special citation is they usually give it out to people that would never have taken a picture or video anything of importance in American history. And they gave this young woman, the Pulitzer Prize because she basically filmed
the entire thing.
The entire situation. I'm not going to go there because I got so much emotion about that and a lot of bitterness because of that.
But I think it's kudos to her for doing what she did because
it's kudos to her because of her courage.
Not just a courage, because it allowed the courts to view it and see exactly what happened.
Peace and love to everybody joining me on Facebook Live. Mr. Banks in the building. Mama Denise. Everybody that's joining me. My brother Dom up in Washington State. I know he had to bounce, but if you hear this later, brother, I appreciate you being in the live. And everybody that's in the building. This is crazy. This is crazy. What else is in trending trash? Anything?
Yeah, so on this day back in 1993, Jurassic Park opened up in the movie theater.
I'm done.
1993. Can you believe it's been that long since the first Jurassic Park came out?
I'm mad. I don't have a damn T-Rex fucking screaming right now.
You eat ass with a baby spoon.
So, with that being said,
yeah,
is that the rest of trending trash?
No, because the last big ups that I need to do is Grayscale Investments LLC, which is a digital currency asset manager, named Miss Deborah Boussier as the first CMO, Chief Marketing Officer, and first woman, I guess, for this company. So,
wow.
Yeah. Kudos to them.
That's crazy because most of everybody that's done crypto, I mean, you might see some women in there, but a lot of it's been controlled by men. So that's big. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So tonight's topic, y'all, I'm not going to keep y'all long. It's Friday. Then I got announcements at the end because there's going to be some changes to the platform. But not really big changes. I mean, I'm still going to do my podcast, but this will be my last stream that I do on Facebook. And the reason why is because I'm going to start bigger and better endeavors. Not saying that Facebook's not big. I don't like the algorithms. I don't like how they send out. Sometimes they don't even send out notifications when I go live. So what I'm gonna start doing is I'm actually going to be probably starting a Clubhouse. For those that don't have Clubhouse, I'm telling you right now, you absolutely need to get a Clubhouse because people that are on Clubhouse are all about business. I'm just going to say that.
1,000%.
I have met some of the greatest, I think, business people. And I think that's the reason why I'm going in this direction is because my mindset's changing and I'm starting to change the dynamic as far as what I'm going to be broadcasting. So if you don't have Clubhouse, send me a message. If you're willing to sit there and listen to people that is really willing to give the information out there, I'm telling you, it's worth it. Let me know in either Facebook, send me a message through Facebook, Cedric D. Sanders. That's what I said on That's What I Said page. Or, of course, message me right here on the Spreaker app. So tonight I wanted to talk about something that's kind of, I wouldn't necessarily say something that's bothering me, but something I need to talk about. Actually, there's two things. One of the things I wanted to talk about was support. And I've talked about support before.
Yeah.
I know I have. Don't want to sound like Obama. And bring the attention to make the inferior feel that we cannot emasculate the men to be men. What I mean by that is that women react to the way men do shit to them, or have had men do shit to them. They're that way because of that. Women have been through a lot of shit with men. And even those that's been married to one man and they haven't been through a lot of shit, they know their friends and they know other friends that's been through some shit.
Yeah.
And they've had to talk to her, or they have to have that conversation. But there's men that's been through that shit too. But see, there's a different reaction to what the men have been through as far as the women have been through. When women been through it, they hold a man accountable. When a man's gone through it, they're insecure and shit.
Yeah, but I think the woman gets insecure as well. I mean, even though they hold the man accountable, I think it goes to the other side as well, where, you know, like I said, the women become insecure depending upon how many times that situation has occurred to them.
I think a woman becomes insecure when they stop looking. A woman becomes insecure because she continues to look for the same person. The same type of person. They don't look for the different type of person. They look for the same type of person. Every woman has a man that they like. When they see that type of man, it doesn't matter if they have a boyfriend or not. They staring at that dude like, ooh. So it's like, if you have a woman that does that, then they settle. I don't give a damn who you are. And everybody can say, I might be married, but I ain't dead. No, you may not be dead. You may be married, but did you settle to marry that motherfucker to where you looking at somebody else and you going, ooh? Just saying.
I mean, yeah, you can see other, you know, like when you're out in public with your spouse or whatever, and you see somebody walk by or whatever, if they have something nice on or whatever, you're like, oh.
No, I ain't talking about that.
Right, I know. I do know that.
Talking about, oh, they got something nice on. No, I'm not talking about that shit.
No, I really know that. But, I mean, you should not be looking outside of your marriage,
okay,
period.
Then let me take the pressure off and say this. Even if you're confident in who you are as a man and woman in a relationship,
mm-hmm.
a man should be able to compliment a woman in front of you and not feel like they have to slickly look at a woman and vice versa. Because if you're secure in your relationship, it shouldn't matter.
Right. You should be able to say, you know, hey, that's a nice looking woman.
I'm just saying.
Period. And leave it at that. Not continually, you know.
But it shouldn't even be the leave it at that part. It should be already known that it's left it at that.
Right. If you're confident and secure.
If you're confident and secure within your relationship, but if you're not confident and secure within yourself, you can't be confident and secure in a relationship.
Right.
Because if you're doubting if there's certain things you're not doing in a relationship, then you're going to always feel some type of way if this man says something not just about to you, but just about somebody else. So to me, a woman is always going to hold that against a man. Doesn't matter if that man hurt him or not. Until they heal from that and not hold other men responsible for what some other man did, that relationship's always going to be like, I'm fighting a losing battle as far as a man's concerned when it comes to that. Now, when it comes to a woman, if a woman decides to be with a man that's insecure, that is a responsibility that she takes up on herself. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of times men know they're insecure, but they won't tell the person that they're with that they're insecure. But guess what? Women will confidently tell you they're insecure about something if you say that they're insecure about something. How much of that is any different than any conversation you can have with anybody else? I'm just saying. We as people have to be able to have a comfortable conversation to open the door to say, yes, I'm insecure about that. No, you did not do that to me, and there's something I need to heal. Okay, why did you get in a relationship then? Because now this person has to dumb down everything that they want to do to fit in to this person's insecurity, and that's not fair to them. It's like now this person has to wait till this person catches up to where what they want, when that person should have already caught up. It's like, what are you waiting for? You're insecure for something that you shouldn't be insecure about, but you decided to marry this person. And now that you married this person, you're still insecure. That makes no sense. That means you're chasing something that doesn't even exist. You're chasing it so that it does exist. And then when it does exist, now you're going to get mad at that person for it existing? What? You manifested that shit. You kept telling this person that this person was doing this, when in reality they weren't doing it. But the reaction that a woman has to a man's action is exactly the way a woman is supposed to react. So why stay stuck there?
That's a tough topic.
In
reality, it is. It is a tough topic.
It can go into. I think we could bring that up into the next podcast. But I'm just saying, it's something that I was really thinking about, because I definitely want to bring some guests on so we can have this conversation, because I think that's a lot of where people are stuck at. They've been married for 10, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years or whatever. Or they just got in a relationship and they know that their spouse is insecure, but it suppresses this person from enjoying being married. Because this person is insecure, they don't do this. Or this person is insecure, they don't do that. While this person is not insecure, they're wanting this person to be open to do this, but they won't because they're insecure. So it's like we're still fighting this 13-year-old battle. We're 13 years old in high school. We're still fighting this battle. So it's like this person is fighting that. But then you'll have people that says, oh, no, you should have fought that shit before you got married to that person. Yeah, but if you love a person or whatever, you can't hold that person responsible for what somebody else did.
Right.
You just got to tell this person, look, I didn't do that shit. That person did. You got to get over that shit. I'm tired of you talking about what this other person did. You're not with them. Do you want to be fucking with them? No. So why do you keep reacting to what they did to you? Because it hurt. It still hurts you? Yeah, you need to be single. You don't need to be in a relationship. You just want the comfort of a relationship, not to be in one. Because to be in a relationship, that means you give your all. You don't give some. You don't give a piece of it. You give all. You can't suppress yourself by saying, I can't give myself to somebody because something happened to me, but I want to marry you. That's like farting in somebody's face in church.
That's rude.
I'm just saying.
All the way rude.
I mean, so yeah, we're gonna write this down, and I'm gonna try to get some power hitters on for next Friday for this topic, because I think that is something that we should discuss as a whole when it comes to relationships. Because I heard today people say that relationships is a business. Now,
yeah.
A part of me agrees with that, but a part of me disagrees with that. And I'm not going to bring it up because I want to talk about that next week. Because that's, I think, big. Big.
Well, I mean, anything when you're geared the topic around relationships, whether it be man and woman, woman and woman, man and man, whatever the case may be.
Right.
Anything geared around relationships is a heavy, heavy topic. Period. And, you know, this topic alone, my goodness, it has so many different variances, nuances, and things that can go along with it that, you know, having special guests or what have you on to have a further in-depth discussion, you know, I think is an awesome idea.
Bet that. I'm going to reach out to some peoples that I know that would definitely like to just chime in, even if it's just 10 minutes, and we're going to...
Right.
So, tonight I wanted to discuss briefly support. And the reason why I want to talk about it is because I don't think transparently enough we support each other 100%. Some people could say they support you and they will do everything they can to support you, but sometimes life happens, so it is what it is.
Right.
I think someone that's wanting to try to create content shouldn't rely on the support of the people around them. They're supporting you in a way that you can't actually see physically, you can feel it. And what I mean by that is sometimes you won't see them on Facebook. You won't see them in your podcast because you're not looking for those. You're not looking for those people. I'm periodically peering over to Facebook or whatever. I'm not paying attention to my viewers.
Right.
I'm really not, because I'm doing my podcast, because I intentionally wanted to do a podcast. I wanted to go live on Facebook because for those people that don't know or don't have the ability to be able to just sit and listen to a podcast, I wanted to give them the visual. But that's going to come to an end.
Yeah.
That's going to come to an end for the simple fact that my podcast is not a live video. My podcast is a podcast that I want people to be able to listen to unequivocally, without a shadow of a doubt, from their phone, because they're on it all the time. Yeah.
Most people are. It's in their phone.
And for those that got a computer, you can go and log in to Apple Music or Google Play Store or iHeartRadio or whatever and listen to me live. When I go live. Because you'll get a notification.
Spreaker.com.
If you go to Spreaker.com, you can download the app, listen to me live from there. But to me, support is something that we value 60% of the time. The other 35%, I said the other 40%, well, actually 30%, we protect. 60% is actually been set up in a sense to where you're going to get people that's going to listen to you that's not even your everyday people. And you'll be able to, and those are the people you're trying to reach. The people that you support, they're only listening to you because they love you. The 10% that I'm talking about is, these are the people that never gave a fuck about you anyway. They only with this shit only because they're pulling on your energy.
Yeah.
They're pulling on you in a sense because they don't even have anything other than some bullshit to pull on anyway. They need to pull on something, so they pull on you. Because you're giving, you're compassionate, you're loving, you're all these things.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck about you.
Nope.
And because that's when they'll come out and ask you, so how's your podcast go? I thought, bitch, you was listening. Oh, but you want me on everything that you do. Oh. Damn. So then you start thinking, do I need to change who I am? No, you don't need to change who you are. You keep doing what the fuck you're doing. You keep supporting those people. But you keep doing what you're doing. Because eventually what you do is going to actually reach the right person, and they're going to coach you into the direction that you're going to prosper in. Doesn't mean that because you are doing something, there's not a lot of people listening to you.
True.
That just means you haven't reached that avenue to where people are actually listening to you. People have to actually listen to you to understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you ain't going to get that on Facebook.
No.
Because a lot of people on Facebook, you either know them from school, or you're friends with them, or they're your family. Other people you just met randomly on Facebook.
Right. They're associates.
You don't know who the fuck they are.
They're associates.
You don't know who they are. And some of these people that you meet on Facebook, when you get to know them, you learn to love them because they're authentic people. And you wish you could meet them in the physical. And then when you meet them in the physical, they're all everything that you said they were.
Yep.
They're bomb.com.
Genuine.
They're like 100% genuine. But then you have some people that,
well,
lack of better words, they eat ass with a baby spoon. They're full of shit. You know, they're not nowhere near the person that they say they were. So I say that to say this: don't always look for support. Look for you. If there's something that you want to do, do it. Don't look for all the followers. Don't look for all the people that you would think is going to listen to you. If you get one viewer, you get one listener, be happy you got that.
Right.
Because you probably wouldn't have nobody. As much as everybody says they like listening to you and talking to you, doesn't mean you're not saying anything that's impactful for people that's going to benefit from what you're saying.
Yeah.
There may be one thing you say to them that's going to impact them, that's going to change their whole life forever. And guess what? They turn out to be this millionaire. They turn out to be this great real estate developer. They turn out to be this great doctor or this great lawyer. Whatever the case may be. They turn out to be this great individual, all because of one word you said to them. Doesn't mean if you get the accolades from it.
Right.
They may tell you 2 or 3 years down the line, 10 years down the line, you said something on one of your lives that impacted me, and I just changed my life, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm glad it impacted you. Because guess what? You was the only person that listened.
Yeah, all those years later, or something, when that person reaches out to you and says, I just want to give you your flowers and give you your kudos and say thank you. Because what you said to me, or what you said on X date at this time really hit home for me, and this is what I did to change my direction, which I was going or whatever.
Right.
I've had that happen a few times in my life where somebody has reached out to me and come back and said, I just want to thank you for pushing me or, being an asshole to me because it helped me be a better person and, made me drive harder into my career.
Right.
And it's like, wow.
But I think there's a lot of truth behind that, because a lot of truth behind that is the sense that people learn from other people's mistakes.
Yeah.
So, I think, when you support somebody, you support them not because of what they've done for you. I think a lot of times people support you, they support you because they genuinely love this person, or they genuinely see something in this person. It's not just this person begging for this, that, and the other. No, they genuinely see something in this person, and it's like, no, I'm gonna help this person out. But this person's gonna wonder, why am I helping them? Out of everybody else that could be asking for help, why are you helping me? And then you tell them, I see something in you. You may not see it in you, but I see it in you. And then this person grows and becomes this bigger, outshining light that can't nobody touch. And it ain't because of what you saw in them. It's because of what they saw in themselves.
Yeah, it's what
you may have saw it, but you had to make them realize, guess what? It's you.
They finally saw it in themselves.
Yeah, you got to see it. I may see it in you, but don't take that as the sole reason why you're successful. The sole reason why you're successful is because of you. You actually put faith in you.
Yeah.
When you put faith in you, that's all that matters. So, that's all I wanted to say. And with that being said, that's my time. So next week, be looking for something different. I won't be doing Facebook Live. I probably won't be showing live. So this will be the last live I do for my podcast. If you want to listen to my podcast, and even if you don't, it's on Spreaker.com or where podcasts are available. You got to leave with anything, babe?
The only thing I want to leave y'all with is enjoy y'all weekend. Thank you again for tuning in and tapping in with us on Friday nights. And that's all I have. Peace and love, everybody. Have a good evening.
That's what's up. Peace and love to everybody. I hope y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Take care of one another, love each other, and make sure that y'all are able to be authentic and real with each other. Start looking out for new things, for That's What I Said. And if you listen to me on the podcast, you got to follow me on Facebook, Cedric D. Sanders, or listen to me on Spreaker.com or wherever podcasts are available. Peace and love. I'm out here.
That's What He Said with Cedric D. Sanders.
For the energy, I ain't worried, give a fuck about the enemy. Beat his ass, got him thinking it was 10 of me. That's why tonight I'm on the weed, not the Hennessy. Niggas lying, but I tell you how it really be. Dropping game, I could sprinkle for infinity. I'm the player of the year if I do say, cause I treat a Saturday like a Tuesday. Came through with the sauce for the soul food. Eat good, smoke great, that's a whole move. Whole time, half time for the smoke break. In the mission, from the mission for the long cake. Laced up, road chain, got my tongue tied. Top down, titties out, let them sun dry. I'm that nigga and I said